Councillor Grimes to join us. But good morning, everyone. I'm Deputy Mayor and Councillor Michael Thompson. I am the chair of the Economic and Community Development Committee. The clerk has confirmed with me that we have a quorum, so I'd like to now call meeting number 13 to order and welcome all members of the committee, members of the public who are joining us on YouTube, and any visiting members of Toronto City Council. Before I begin the meeting, I would like to ask for a moment of silence in memory of George Floyd, who was murdered by 4 Minneapolis police officers. I'd also like to ask for a moment of silence for Regis Kosinski-Paquette. An interaction with the Toronto police led to her death. I'd like to also say that I'm deeply concerned with respect to Regis Paquette's death. I'm deeply concerned about the tragic death of Regis Kosinski-Paquette, a young black woman with emotional and health issues. Reports say that the Toronto Police Service officers were called to render assistance to her by her family. Somehow, police intervention was followed by her falling to her death from an apartment balcony. This tragedy, it's troubling. It's a troubling issue to all. And in fact, how could someone in distress fall from an apartment balcony while under the supervision of police officers? At a time when deep racial tension dominates the news media, did Ms. Kosinski-Paquette race play a role in this terrible outcome? Were the attending officers adequately trained and equipped to handle someone with mental health issues? The answers we need to bring public closure to this racially and emotionally charged incident has not been made public by the SIU or the police. I'm concerned that where there is a vacuum of information, agenda-driven theories and assumptions will rush in. We need to know the facts if we are to react appropriately and to act reasonably as our city copes with yet another police intervention gone wrong. I can assure you that I, for one, will keep the pressure on to ensure the answers we all need are made available and the appropriate remedies are put in place. I'd like to now ask for a moment of silence for both George Floyd and Regis Kosinski-Paquette. Thank you. This meeting is being held using the city's... Yes?
Just thanking you.
Oh, thank you very much, Councillor Carroll. Sorry. I didn't hear you clearly there. This meeting is being held using the city's WebEx technology with members and staff connecting by video conference or calling in. Because we're meeting remotely, we ask for your patience with any delays and technical issues that may arise. Members of the public can observe the meeting on YouTube. We currently have one registered speaker who will be connected by audio. The list of speakers can be viewed online by visiting Economic and Community Development Committee on page at toronto.ca/council and clicking the speakers box for today's meeting. I would like to request that staff keep their videos turned off unless they need to speak or answer questions. This will make it easier for me as chair and for those watching on YouTube to observe members as they participate in the debate on each item and also during the votes. If there are any visiting members of council attending the meeting today, I would like to encourage you to turn on your video so I can know that you are present and can give you the opportunity to ask questions or to speak. This will assist the clerk's staff in recording members' attendance for the minutes of the meeting. I ask all members and staff to keep their microphones on mute unless they need to answer questions or to speak. If any members do wish to speak on an item, please make sure your video is on and raise your hands, or unmute your mic and indicate your intention to speak, and I will create a speakers list. When voting, I ask members to make sure that your video is turned on and raise your hands to indicate your vote. Members, I want to remind you that although members are participating remotely, you must submit your motions in writing to the clerk. The clerk's staff are available by email at ecdc@toronto.ca to help you with your motions. Although we are in different locations and meeting remotely today, the committee would like to acknowledge that the lands we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations: the Mississauga of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuits, Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississauga of the Credit. Are there any declaration of interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act? If you have an interest, please raise your hands or unmute your microphone so we can hear you. Okay, I see none. Next, we need to move to confirm the minutes of our last meeting, which seems like an eternity ago, but it was on March 10th. I'd like to ask Vice Chair Grimes to move the item, the minutes of the last meeting of March 10th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. So moved.
Okay. All those in favor? You see a show of hands, please. Oppose? That's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's proceed to the agenda. The first item on the agenda is EC 13.3, artwork. Sorry? 13.1. Sorry, I'm already at 3 in a hurry. 13.1, ArtWorksTO authority to receive funds for 2020 to 2022. There is a staff recommendation there. Would anyone like to hold that item, or what say you, members of committee? Would like to move?
I'll move the staff recommendation.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Cressy is moving the item. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you very much, Councillor Cressy. Moving on to the next item, EC 13.2, acceptance of the John Buttrey Manuscript donation. There's a staff recommendation that's here. And you would like
to move, Mr. Chairman, Councillor Grimes.
Okay.
I was going to move it to get in the minutes, but you go ahead, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay, Vice Chair Grimes is moving the items. All those in favor? You see a show of hands. Opposed? That carries, Madam Clerk. Shelley, I'm going to make sure the next one is yours. And the next one is E.
Yeah, Mike and Cynthia and I want to take turns.
Okay, fair enough. We have enough. The next item is EC 13.3, appointment to Business Improvement Area Board of Management, Wards 8, 12, and 15. What say you, Councillor Carroll?
I can move the staff recommendation.
Okay, thank you very much. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you very much, members. Okay, we're moving to EC 13.4. Councillor Ford, this one is your item. Business Improvement Area Boundary Amendment, Wards 4, 10, 13, 14, 16, 21, and 22. Recommendations are there. What say you, Councillor Ford?
Happy to move the recommendations.
All right. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you very much. We're now moving on to EC 13.5, which is the intention to expand the Waterfront Business Improvement Area, Ward 10.
Tim is here.
Tim's, okay, we have a speaker, Tim Kerr. Tim.
Gonna call him on the.
Okay, we're just going to call and get Tim so that he can speak on this item. So just bear with us, members, while the clerk attend to this. We're just trying to connect Tim. Coker. So Tim Coker, have we connected with him yet? Okay.
Tim Coker, if you can hear me, it's Matthew Green from the City Clerk's office. You'll need to connect your microphone to the WebEx chat to be able to speak to the committee.
I think we have Tim Coker now. Tim, are you there?
I am. If you can confirm that you can hear me.
We can hear you. Good morning and welcome to meeting number 13 of the Economic and Community Development Committee. We're dealing with item EC 13.5, intention to expand the Waterfront Business Improvement Area, Ward 10. You may begin. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chair Thompson and the committee. I'm Tim Coker, Executive Director of the Waterfront BIA. I wanted to speak today to briefly thank city councilors and city staff for all their work under the recent circumstances that have been so difficult for everyone, I'm certain, including for our business community here. For your work in public health, first and foremost, and also in economic support and recovery planning. And also to thank the BIA office for their continued support to help BIA stay active as we've all shifted to providing our members with businesses, our member businesses with services we couldn't have predicted even months ago. I'd also like to recognize staff at BIAs across the city, including in many of your wards, for their work to share resources and assistance with other BIAs over the past few months. Across the city of Toronto, BIAs are helping their member businesses understand relief programs, promoting which businesses are open with distance-friendly service to their local communities, and advocating to leaders at multiple levels of government for relief and recovery initiatives to assist keep the lights on. I think the value of a business improvement area now has been as evident as ever before, and we look forward to bringing that value of the BIA to the full waterfront along Queens Quay as part of this expansion process that's advancing to its next steps today. We can do that with a coordinated marketing and activation strategy. We work every single day to promote our businesses and also the beauty of the waterfront online. The BIA has always been involved in activations and events such as the Red Path Waterfront Festival and bringing winter stations to our waterfront too. You may have seen recently we've been working with the Bentway to bring their distance-friendly public art program, It's All Right Now, to more parts of the city, including the waterfront. And in the expansion area, we will be able to work with more arts and culture staples like Artscape, Hub 27, and George Brown's Design School. Most important of all, we'll be able to expand our advocacy and support of the continued development of the Eastern Waterfront that will connect in with the Portlands, the largest development opportunity probably in North America. You're well aware that a prominent stakeholder is no longer interested in pursuing Quayside. However, that opportunity is still very much there. The Toronto waterfront is truly on its way to becoming a world-class waterfront, but it's going to take a sustained effort over another decade or two. The BIA will be a strong champion in support of advancing the key priorities of Waterfront Toronto and the city along the waterfront, as well as Ports Toronto and the Harbourfront Centre. Building the Waterfront East LRT to Quayside first and then through the Portlands will be critical for unlocking that opportunity of the waterfront for the entire city and the region. Our BIA had an economic impact study done on the value of accelerating the Waterfront East LRT, building it through the Portlands by 2025. Over the next 20 years after that would create room for 67,000 new residents and 132,000 new jobs. We'll also advocate for consistent public realm and maintenance standards across the full waterfront. We've started a pilot on the Gardner underpass improvements to brighten the north-south connections where people have to walk under to get to our water. and we're working with both Waterfront Toronto and the Bentway and other stakeholders to develop an under-Gardiner corridor plan across all of downtown. We'll also be able to expand our clean streets and public realm issue reporting systems that work with multiple departments of the city and other agencies to assist in having problems removed or fixed faster. We are very appreciative of the strong support we received in our first vote for expansion, and we look forward to bringing our programs and services to the Eastern Waterfront soon. Thank you, councillors, for your work at this time and for advancing this item today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments, Tim. Let me see whether or not there are any questions of you. Are there any questions for Tim? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much for your presentation, Tim. Councillor Cressy, this is in your ward, is that correct?
It is, and I'd be happy to move the staff recommendation.
Okay, thank you very much. Councillor Cressy is moving EC 13.5. All those in favor, show of hands, oppose? Okay, that carries. Thank you very much, members. Members, thank you very much. I think we've concluded the meeting. I'd like to ask Councillor Carroll for a motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Are you?
Oh, it's my
Councillor?
turn now, Councillor.
Now,
Oh, is
hold
it?
on a
Sorry, it's Councillor Lai. Councillor Lai.
Yeah.
A motion to adjourn.
Yes, it's my turn. Yes, I moved that the meeting be adjourned.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Thompson, that's the best meeting you've ever chaired.
Go, sister.
Thank you very
go,
much, everybody.
Thanks.
Stay well, stay
Thanks.
safe. All those in favor of the adjournment of the meeting, thank you, and thank you very much to amazing staff and clerks that are here. Madam DCM, thank you for your leadership. All right, everybody, take good care. All those in favor, opposed, that's carried. That's carried. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, bye. Great team, great team. Thank you, everybody.